Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you a really quick and easy little dessert, my pumpkin dip with gluten-free pie crust chips. It's kind of like a deconstructed pumpkin pie. The dip is fluffy and light and it's so easy to make. It takes seconds to make. And these pie crust quote-unquote chips are flaky, cinnamon, sugary, and delicious. Or you could just serve it with apple slices, store-bought gluten-free graham crackers, or cookies, or GF pretzels, and make it even easier on yourself. So let's get into it and I'll show you how to make it. I'll start by making the dip because it does need some chilling time. And it starts with an 8-ounce block or 226 grams of softened cream cheese. I'll just give this a quick mix first so there are no lumps. And then I'll add a half a cup or 120 grams of pumpkin puree, which is about like a third of a regular sized can. Save the rest of the can for something else. I have probably a good 20 recipes on my site for all things pumpkin, so check those out on my site. You'll find plenty of options for what to do with the rest of that pumpkin. And a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon. And this is pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of that. And I'll just mix this together now. This might be the only time I'll say that you could actually use canned pumpkin pie mix or pumpkin pie filling. There are added things to that stuff, but nothing that can't go in this dip. Although I would say if you want to control the sugar yourself, just go with straight up pumpkin puree. Because I believe there is sugar in the pumpkin pie mix. Now for the good stuff, y'all, marshmallow cream. This is a 7-ounce or 198 grams little container of marshmallow cream, and we'll add the entire thing in there. This is like a variation of a dip I used to make for my kids' birthday parties when they were little, and the kids and adults both would go crazy for it. It was my fruit dip. I would serve it with fruit, and it was basically just cream cheese and marshmallow cream and a little bit of vanilla. It was and is insanely good. That recipe is on my website, but this is a variation of that. I added the pumpkin and I added the spice. And that is it for this dip, y'all, but we do need to cover this and then let it chill for at least an hour in the fridge, preferably 2 if you have the time. So while that's chilling out in the fridge, we can go ahead and make the pie crust chips. I have some pie crust scraps here that I had left over from making a couple of pies, and I'm just going to bring these back to life, so to speak. If you haven't tried my gluten-free pie crust, y'all need to make that because you will not believe how excellent this pie crust is. My husband says it's the best pie crust he's ever had, and he can eat gluten, y'all, so you know he's telling the truth. I'm just rolling this out thin so I can, in a sense, kind of laminate it. And I'm only doing this because I'm using scraps. If you were to start with the full recipe, you really don't have to do this part, but I did want to show you that there's no need to ever throw out scraps of pastry because you can always breathe new life into them. And now I'll just roll this out until it's roughly about like 1/8 of an inch thick, give or take. Doesn't have to be precise. I've got these little plunger style cutters, y'all. They're in the shape of leaves. This was like a set and it's perfect for fall. I'll leave a link for them either in the video or the description box below the video. And you just press down first to like cut the leaf out, and then you press the plunger part to get the detail in the top. Oh, darn it. I forgot to add my cinnamon and sugar mixture first. I like doing this beforehand, before I cut all the shapes out, because it adheres really well to the little leaves, so much better. It tends to fall off the leaves a lot if you do it afterwards. So I'm just taking a pastry brush and dipping it in some water and just very lightly brushing the top of my dough with some water, just so it will stick on there. And then I've got a mixture of 1/4 cup or 50 grams of sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'll just sprinkle this all over the pastry. Now I can cut these out. Aren't they just so cute, y'all? You could do any shape you want. You could even like do footballs and serve this as a dip for a tailgating party. That would be good. Or little pumpkins. Just be creative. There are no limits to what shapes you can use. I'll place these about 1 inch apart on my parchment lined baking sheet. And I'll bake these at 350 F for about 15 to 17 minutes, or until they're puffed and golden brown. We'll let these cool completely and then serve them with our chilled dip. Look at how perfect these are, y'all. They're crispy and they're flaky and cinnamon sugary. They're so yummy. I could just eat them by myself as like a little snack. But we have the dip. We gotta dip them in the dip. And this dip, it is so fluffy and light, and it has that wonderful pumpkin pie flavor with actual real pumpkin in it, not just the spices. It's so addictive, y'all. I've also got some Granny Smith apple slices left over from, I was making about 40 caramel apples the other day. And if you want to learn how to do those, see the video for how amazing my caramel apples are. They are legendary around here, y'all. But this is the perfect little deconstructed dessert, y'all. Enjoy.